we're going to be late.
It's his fault.
This episode of the Community Workbench podcast is brought to you by yours truly, Matt Noren of Remax Bell Park. For all of your real estate needs, call me, 860-428-6534. Your dreams are my job. Welcome to the Community Workbench. This is Matt Noren and Kyle Morrissey. We are your hosts of the #1 podcast in my basement. At the bench, we try to repair the sense of community. So every week, we bring you small businesses, entrepreneurs, community leaders, charities, and pretty much whoever we feel like talking to. And today, we feel like talking to Holly Blade and Natasha or Tasha?
Everyone calls me Tasha, but my mother birthed me as Natasha.
Gotcha.
It's already started.
They are from the Little Theater on Broad Street in Danielson, and their next production is SpongeBob the Musical.
Yes.
And what day is that happening? Oh, sorry.
You're already starting with the trick question.
It opens the first and second weekends of
It's the first 2 weekends in October.
Awesome.
October 2nd through the 11th.
Awesome. And would you say that's a kids and family
It is definitely
production?
a family-friendly production. There are some, if you've ever watched SpongeBob, you'll know that there are some like jokes that are snuck in for adults.
Yeah.
But it is like a family-friendly kid show.
It's like Looney
Gotcha.
Tunes was.
Yeah.
I was just talking about that with Jeff the other day, or I can't remember, Jeff or Jonathan, somebody, but I'm like, you know, when we were kids and you'd watch Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny and everything, it was like, ha, 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 and it was so funny. And then you watch it as an adult and you're like, whoa, that was an adult joke. Like, oh, wow, like what happened there?
Right.
So that's kind of like what SpongeBob is. The adult jokes go
They
right
sneak a
over.
few in,
They sneak
Yeah.
quite a few in, yeah.
Yeah. The biggest one for me was Shrek when that came out. I felt like
yeah.
there was a lot of.
Yeah.
And do you guys do Shrek?
We haven't done Trek yet.
We haven't done it.
It was really big for a while, so we try really hard to do shows that no one else is doing. So we try, if somebody's done a show within the last 5 to 7 years, we'll skip it until it's been a while. We just really want to do shows that are different.
Yeah, not because the shows aren't good. It's just that there tends to be an oversaturation
Right.
sometimes of shows.
Yeah.
And I think that just happens for a bunch of
they
different
get
reasons. Like they
popular
get really
and
popular, so
people love
everybody wants to
them.
do it. You know, you get a big draw from the show. So sometimes we'll pick a show where we know the draw won't be as big, but it provides us with the challenge of putting on a show that's a
Right.
little bit different. And, you know, you just don't want to be a part of the oversaturation of things sometimes.
I like it. What like do you have? What else do you have coming up?
So we have SpongeBob the first 2 weeks in October, and then the second and third week in December we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is super exciting for us because I have been putting in for this show every single year. This show and Charlie Brown's Christmas are like my bucket list Christmas shows, and every year I apply for the rights, and every year I get approved. And then they come to me and they say, "Oh no, it's touring, you can't do it." So this year we're finally going to get to do it.
You're saying this now. And then November,
No, they took our money. We're in.
November 15th, they're going to call her and say, so, listen.
Put it on your calendar. We will be back in November, and if that's the case, I will be back in crying.
The show's going on tour again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing the Grinch for Christmas, which we're very excited about, and then we have a Valentine's Cabaret that we do every year, which is just a mix of songs that we pick. Usually it's a theme. I don't think we have a theme this year, but yet
It'll be love
come up
and
with
Valentine's Day
Yeah,
related.
something love,
Something
light.
affectionate.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a show called The Tin Woman.
Yep.
Oh,
Which has been like on my bucket list forever and a day.
Mm-hmm.
is there a story or a book behind that, or is it...
Yeah, so
There is a book.
Yeah, it's a book, and it's a play that I had actually read over COVID. It was one of my COVID reads, and I just thought the premise was so interesting. And then she and I had talked about it a lot. But at that time, we weren't really doing a lot of serious shows at the theater. We tended to do more, you know, multi-generational,
light
peppy things that kind of made you want to sing, dance, laugh. So we weren't really delving into the, you know, why did I open my eyes this morning sort of plays.
Right.
Like we've been kind of diving into lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a really interesting one. It has to do with transplants and what families go through
Right, it tells you all the sides of the story. So, like, you see that someone's loved one has given up a body part to whomever, and then it follows up with the people who received it and the family who lost the person. So it's just really
Kind of
heartwarming.
how like
and
one
moving.
thing can affect
Right.
like everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it's like the best day of someone's life and the worst
And the
day
worst
of
day of
someone's
somebody
life.
else.
No, yeah.
And then the follow up to that.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It's a great show.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we are doing Night Mother, which is another dark, heavy show.
Yeah,
And then
we're doing great.
yeah. And then we're gonna lighten it up a little with Trolls.
I was gonna say, so not every production is like a kid's production.
No.
So I did not realize that.
Yeah,
For some
we
reason
do
I thought
all,
this was
all
like
different types of shows. The Little Theater, before we started running the Little Theater in 2016, the Christmas of 2016. So really 2017.
Yeah.
And prior to that, it was just a kids theater. They
And
did
then prior
two
to
shows.
that, though, it was multi-generational.
But
too.
Allegra
It
ran
kinda
it
went-
for a long time, just
Allegra
kids.
ran it just kids, yeah.
And so they would have a Christmas show that would be like families and stuff, but then they would do one show and it was just kids. And I love a kid show. Natasha is warming up to kid shows. But it really is nice to do a show with just adults, or right, like in this show we have a whole family, a husband, a wife, a daughter.
Yeah.
We have a couple of matches of kids with their parents, and it's always just so sweet to see like that moment of like their whole family's on stage together and like creating something.
It's special. It
Yeah.
creates a different sort of bond. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't playing footsies with somebody and without their consent. It's the beam of the table. We're fine.
It's the workbench.
It's the bench. I was alarmed for a moment. I was like, who am I playing footsies with? No, but it is a very special thing to see families on that stage together. It's like another memory that they're creating.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually happen, especially if it's their first time doing theater. I met you that way. You did the show. You did the Christmas show because Martin wanted to be in that Christmas show,
And then he never wanted to do
and then
it.
you never wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
But
Here I am.
But here
Still.
you are still with me, not with Martin.
Choices again.
So there's always something very moving, and then it usually hits us when the show's actually running, because we run the booth too. So we get we kind of switch hats. We direct the
Yeah.
stuff, and then when the show opens, we're up in the booth running sound, lights, and all that other stuff.
oh wow.
And so for us to get to watch it now, when things are working technically, so where we could actually watch it, we both will get teary-eyed at certain moments. It doesn't matter what the play is.
Right.
There's always a moment where you're just like, oh, look at
Yeah,
at
it all
him
came
and
together.
what he did. It all came together, and there's always this emotional onslaught.
Our last show was Dear Evan Hansen,
Oh.
and so that's a heavy show. But the mom who played Evan's mom and our understudy Evan were actual real life mother and son. So it was just so beautiful to like, and they kind of had some similar life experiences. So watching it play out in that way, knowing like who they are and where they come from, it's really special.
It is.
Wow.
And then everyone has some sort of connection to something. I think that's the other thing that we've noticed about theater is that it doesn't matter what the story is. You connect with it somehow, whether it's like directly or you've been in close proximity to, or there's always an awareness that
Right.
happens through the program, I think.
Even if you're a yellow rectangle with brown pants, right?
I mean, now we're stretching it, but yes.
No, but the moral of the story for this show is that people underestimate him, people don't give him the credit he deserves, and then he saves the whole town.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
What did you really think was going to happen at the end of SpongeBob SquarePants?
Well,
Wouldn't
my
that be
daughter is in
terrible?
the show. She's 7, and she only watched like 3/4 of the show when I tried to make her watch it at home. So when we were riding to the theater for our read through, she said, "It's really sad that SpongeBob and Patrick are enemies." I said, "Enemies?" She's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay, well, I hope you listen at the read through." And then she got in the car. She's like, "Phew, I'm glad they made friends again." I was like, "Maybe if you had just watched
If
the
you
whole
just had just stuck it out, just stayed the whole time.
But I'm glad you were listening." Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
Christina said that the Frozen show was good.
Oh yeah, we did Frozen.
3 years ago.
3 years ago?
3 years ago. Yes. Um, yeah, that one made me sad because I wasn't like there to. I never saw it.
Yeah.
I was there to like music direct it, but I was in another show.
Right. Yeah, you weren't there for
I wasn't there for that weekend. I wasn't there for any of the weekends. Those like we literally ran at exactly the
Yeah.
same time, so I kept begging her for like the magical parts. I was just like, could you just take? I just wanted to hear the audience reaction to it. I knew the gimmick. I knew how he got the glove to fly off, and I knew it was going to work. But I just wanted to hear the reaction from the kids in the audience. So she would. It was opening night, and I was standing backstage for the show that I was in, and I had my phone, and I saw it light up, and I could listen, and just that's I think what keeps bringing us back to, especially like the shows where the kids go to see it, and there are these little magical moments that happen in those shows, and the kids' reactions to it, it's like unison, where they're
Yeah.
just like, and they all just like lean forward in their seats, and they're looking to see how these things happen, and that makes me really happy.
We spend a lot of time prepping for a show. Like, so our show rehearsal run is probably like 12 weeks, if
Hopefully
10 to
if we're
12
lucky.
weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get stuck cranking them out a little quicker than that, but ideally 12 weeks is what we aim for. And we spend probably at least that amount of time prepping the show before that. And we see a lot of community theater, not just our shows, but like so much community theater. I'm always looking for another show to go see, especially if we've already done it, because I want to go and see
How they did.
how they did it.
Yeah.
And judge. Kidding, joking.
She's the worst. She's the
But we
worst.
spend so much time trying to figure out how to make the magic happen that when it comes together at the end, sometimes for us, like that's a whole character in itself, like the magical bits.
Well, especially because of just this where we are. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like we don't have. I'm going to say the word benefit because it works in this capacity, but so we don't have the benefit of like a huge budget. We don't have the benefit of having a stage that's like state of the art, and like we're literally working with things that we have kind of like Jimmy rigged together, where Jeff is like, here's a cord, there's a prong. We shall put them together, and then we will hope and pray that things will happen. Like that's literally how we are. A masking tape, super glue, glitter. Like she's a glitter queen. Like we have we have a half a shoestring to work with. You know what I mean? So
That's generous.
it's a generous half of a shoestring. But I think so. We don't really have the benefit of having like a trough of money to pull from, where we could just say that magical thing needs to happen, this is how we're going to do it, and we just throw money at it, because we don't have that. So
Right.
that kind of forces us to think outside of all of the boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
But in that sense, I think it's an advantage, because it puts us in that position to think, to push ourselves even harder, where it's like, okay, we don't
Right.
have that, but let's figure out how to still make it great.
Right.
Right.
So when you find out magical things happen because you twisted two, like, pixie straws together, we're like, yeah, that's how we made it happen.
Right. Yeah.
That's what we did. So it makes us better, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's one of the situations where we don't have a lot, but it's forced us to be better,
Yeah.
to think harder.
And so, like, how many hats do you guys wear?
All
you-
of them. Oh my
Do you
gosh.
act too?
All of them. Yeah.
You act.
Natasha is currently Margaret and Carrie at the Chestnut
At the Chestnut in Norwich.
in Norwich.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna ask how many different theaters you're at.
Yeah, so primarily the Little Theater, but every once in a while we'll branch out. We did
Yeah.
American Sun this year at our theater, and we also did it at the Wyndham Theater Guild, which is in Willimantic.
Romantic. Yeah.
We had a heavy year last year.
Well, that's why people kept asking us if we
We
were
were all
okay.
right,
Like
yeah.
in the first, like really, in the first couple times they asked, I thought that I was physically doing something
Yeah,
like externally I was coming off as I'm not, this girl is not okay, so we have to ask her and step in. And it really turned out that it was just based on like our choices of
We had
shows.
a lot of heavy shows.
Heavy
last
shows, like,
year.
are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Do I not look good? What did I do? Like, what happened? And then they're like, girl, look at your shows.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, the shows. I was like, yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
That's what it worked out to be. Yeah,
Yeah, it was, but those shows are important.
they are.
I mean, I don't
They're
know
important.
if we have to, I think we lost sight on how we scheduled it. We probably need to do a
We
better
probably
job
shouldn't do all the
sprinkling
sad
it
ones in
in.
one.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
We were like, hi, friends. And then it's like, here's our season. And I was just like, bleh.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself.
People were like, boy, we
yeah,
can't
it
wait.
was a lot. It was. And they're like, oh, talk a little bit about it. Because usually we're like, hey, Gary, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then we're chipper. And we just walked in that. And we're like,
We're like, well, this one someone dies, that one
that
someone
one
dies,
dies.
this one someone kills himself.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just looking at us. We're like, but we're okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
So we threw trolls in this year. That will be good.
So you
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
what?
trolls.
Two heavy ones, and then we'll do trolls.
We'll do trolls. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we have to be cognizant of how we sprinkle in the depression.
Yeah.
Howard,
the light
I don't
goes.
even
Howard
know how you
ticket
sell
sale.
tickets.
So typically before this year, the reason we did so many kids or multi-generational shows is because they sell out, right? You can
Right.
fill 220 seats. The kids' parents are going to come, and their grandma and their aunt and their neighbor and their teacher.
And the kids love it.
And the kids love it. But we did really have some solid success this year with just adult shows. Dear Evan Hansen did really well. American Son did much better than we thought. You know, being from Danielson's
Because-
yourself, sometimes maybe we're not the most diverse community. Are you kicking me or are you just twisting?
100% kicking
Oh,
you.
he wants me to stop talking about that part, I guess.
Okay.
So American Son is a show that is about a biracial couple, and their son has an encounter with the police, and at the end of the show, he dies due to police violence. It's not an anti-police show, but it is a show that's
No,
heavy,
it's heavy.
on the racism.
It's a heavy
so
show.
we were the reason we sought out another theater to do it is because we thought it was a very important show, but bringing it to a community that is more diverse would have a better acceptance of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But we did it here, and the audiences came and they loved it, and we were like, oh, maybe we need to give our audience more
Well,
credit.
I think the reason it did as well as it did is because the show, I think what it proved, to everybody all the way around, is that if you allow yourself to just sit down and have like a whole conversation and look at the picture from all different perspectives, the story really isn't as terrible as you think it is.
Right.
So I think people who walked in, and there were definitely some people who walked into that show already feeling a certain way, like,
Yeah.
and you could feel it. It was like this, it was a very tangible, like, wall. But thankfully, it was just like with Ella, where she's like, oh, it's sad that Patrick, and because you didn't watch the whole story.
hear them
You have to actually
yeah.
be able to allow yourself to sit in a space
and be open to the
and be
perspectives.
open throughout the entire process so that
Yeah.
you could see what all of the perspectives are. And I think the benefit of the show and what was so beautiful about that show is that it spent a lot of time, the playwright spent a lot of time making sure that you had a full awareness of all of
All
the
the
perspectives
for sure.
in that story.
Yeah, so I think people walked in thinking one thing and then left thinking, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to kick me. I didn't say anything bad.
I like kicking you first. No, but yeah, it really was one of those things where people were just like, okay, it really wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It's like, no, it's about being able to have a conversation and being open about acknowledging that there are situations where something is wrong. It's not like the whole thing's wrong or like everything's wrong. We just have to figure out what's wrong in certain situations and what can we do to like fix it, you know?
Right.
And I think it's become important to us over the last few years, especially. I mean, it always was, but I think we've made it more of a priority to not just do shows that we think will fill the audience, but to do shows that are important and meaningful and have a
Right.
message that we feel like is important to share.
Yeah.
And we want to do Trolls and we want to do SpongeBob and we want to do The Grinch, but we also want to tell a story that is important, that's meaningful.
Right. Well, because when we go to watch shows, very rarely are we looking for shows
Yeah, I don't
where
wanna
we
watch
just
SpongeBob.
feel like where we're like, yay, those aren't the types of shows that we gravitate to. we tend to look for those shows where we walk out thinking about things, and we walk out.
Yeah,
we have to have
we want to
really.
be depressed.
We kind of do,
Yeah.
but it gives us that opportunity to talk about things that are serious and
Right.
that we find relevant in our own lives. And I think because that's what we like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
also too, we have a great amount, like the adults in our community who are theater driven. They're looking for those opportunities
Right.
too.
I was going to say, most of the time, any performance, you're looking to be relatable.
Right.
So,
To feel something,
yeah.
happiness, whatever it
Yeah.
might be, but something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just kind of have a vague target of audience, but you never really know what your product's
Right,
going to bring
right,
in.
right.
Because it's, we definitely don't have a target audience, right?
We just hope we get a few people
We
Yes,
just hope
watching.
we
few
get a,
And that's
With
All
a
the
pulse.
people, right? All the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't you feel like that's enough sometimes, though? I would rather have 3 people in the audience who are like really engaged as opposed to like 300 people who are just kind of like there.
Yeah, but if we
Well, I
if
think
we
I
get
would.
one person that watches and says, "Oh, I didn't know that business was there," or "I didn't know
Right.
this theater was there,"
Right,
and
right.
go and see it, then
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are the saddest days
Perfect.
to me when people are like, "Wait, where's your theater?" And I'm like,
I'm glad I didn't say that when you walked.
Yeah. Yeah.
but it makes me really happy when they come in and they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you guys were here, and the show was so good." So I guess it's both.
And I think that's how we've grown. You know, every show that we do, we find more and more people coming to audition, and that brings more people to come see the shows because their families are coming to the theater to watch them in the shows.
yeah.
And so we have been slowly but surely seeing this growth, and people are starting to notice, oh yeah, there's a theater there, and they actually do theater.
Right.
You
And
know,
I thought it was a kids kind of production theater.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't realize it was every different kind
Yeah,
of theater.
everybody.
Yeah.
Do you sing and dance?
I do not.
we'll find a way to drag you into
Yeah.
it anyway. It'll happen. Don't like you. He thinks we're joking. We're not kidding.
Well, so actually, I did find a lot of joy in setting up this
Yeah.
studio and like articulating things
Yeah.
and kind of producing this show. I guess that's what you call
He's
it,
talking
but-
a lot.
Yeah. He's not saying no anymore.
He's talking a lot.
Coming to a stage
Well,
near you.
Right? Ta-da! Yeah. But it's important.
It is.
It's important for us to be there,
It
I
is.
think. And we fight for it. I mean, gosh, do we fight for? We fight for that place. We fight for that place. Because I don't think people realize how important it is, just in general.
It's a town-owned building.
It's a town.
It's a town-run program.
Town-run
We are
program.
Oh,
we
okay.
are a tier of Killingly Parks and Rec.
Okay.
So our funding comes from the town budget,
okay.
which is that half a shoestring.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that, it does limit us in some of the things, but in some ways the town has really been very open and encouraging. Like, I've never brought a show to them and said I want to do this, and then they were like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Last year I wanted to do vagina monologues, and I was like, oh, how am I going to say this? And then they were like what's it about? I was like, well, it's in
It's in the title.
And then the only question they had was like, well, is there nudity? I was like, no. And they were like, all right, yeah, whatever, that's fine. So
Did you really roll your eyes at that question? I feel like that's a legit question.
Really?
Is there going to be nudity? I don't know.
nudity? No.
no, there's no nudity.
No.
I believe you that there's no.
Yeah.
Just to me,
No, but the way you're looking
Like,
around, I was like, you're
right.
not sure of yourself.
No, there's for sure
like,
no
like,
nudity.
because, like right now, you
Yeah.
look like you're looking like, wait, is
Wait,
there?
no, I know for sure there's no nudity, but I don't know why anybody would think there was nudity.
Well, because very rarely do you have a show that just has the word vagina in the title, though.
Thank you.
So it is a valid. I could see why people would say, what exactly is this about?
Yeah. But so that was their only question, and once I said no, they didn't ask any other
No,
questions.
they were very
ahead and
supportive.
I feel like they
Sounds
could
good.
have asked.
They could have
several
asked
follow-ups.
somebody else. Right? There's so many things that
Yeah.
they could have asked afterwards.
There might have been more.
Well, I
Yeah,
feel like
than that
if
one.
if you had said yes, there would have been some follow up for sure.
The follow would have been like, no, you cannot do the show. That's what.
Yeah. No,
That's what
hard no there.
No, yeah, we're not doing
They
that.
might have
show.
just been like, you have to put a disclaimer.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I mean, yeah.
One
Or
thing
like
That would
a
have
warning.
really told you
Well-
what your customers and
Yeah, for sure.
What they want to
We
see.
would have had to advertise at Mario's or something.
I don't know about town venues, but I know like there are venues that have like rated R psychics, rated R
For sure.
plays
Yeah,
and
I mean,
stuff.
some of our
So,
shows are for sure more.
Yeah, Dear
serious
Evan
content.
Hansen was,
Yeah.
to me, very serious content. I actually stressed out a little bit on myself because we're usually really good when we do an interview to stress that it's not appropriate for, and
Yeah.
we had gotten so involved in just like the story that I personally forgot to say it, and I was
No, I
stressed
said
out.
it.
Did you say
Yeah.
it?
I mean, the
Ever
first show
listen to
we
you,
did
really?
together. No, you don't ever listen
Ever
to
listen to
me.
you?
Ever.
Yeah, okay.
No. Yeah.
This is you guys are like the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
I love
The
this.
first show we
Never
ever did
listen
together,
to you.
I was a prostitute,
That's
Oh.
true.
and you were the only black person. No, one of two black people in the show and a slave.
Yeah,
So
it was fine.
Wow.
the town's pretty open.
Starting with a bang.
Yeah, I was a very pregnant prostitute.
You were.
Wow.
You did
Yeah.
great though.
Did people think that was part of the show?
Well, I mean,
They had to be
They
at
had
that
to
point.
have
They
There was
made
no
it
way,
part
there
of
was
the
no
show.
way
Yeah.
you could have hidden it.
it was.
That's
It
for
was.
sure.
Yeah,
That was a time.
it was a time.
That was a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
years ago was this?
That was a long time ago now.
That was like 8 years ago.
So that's how long you guys have been working together?
Yeah,
This
that
December-
was longer than that.
9 years ago. Well, it was before.
9
it was
years ago.
before Ella.
Yeah.
Right. So 9 years ago.
Yeah.
December is gonna make what for us? That we've been hateful
know.
friends.
10 years.
10 years and how many shows?
Oh, I think we're at 56 shows now,
Wow.
plus a movie.
Plus a
Oh, you
movie.
did a movie.
There was no nudity in that either.
There was a little.
Not for me. There wasn't. Mm-mm. Nope. Not for me.
I watched the movie at Christmas time, and
Was
I
I
was
the
sitting on the
was I?
couch.
Stress the word I.
Yeah.
That was
It
not
was-
me. Nope.
You should have told me to wear a longer dress.
Listen,
What movie?
so when COVID hit, we realized, so I'm going to be very serious and then we're going to go into like her shenanigans and chicanery. But COVID obviously hit us all terribly. And I say but we did. We realized what it did to, especially the kids in our program. They were struggling because in theater, you show up and you're with each other at least 3 nights a week. And then the show opens, you've got your tech week. So you're there every night before your show opens. And then the show opens and you're riding this high, right? Like this, putting this amazing thing together with all these people. The show closes and then you're done.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you're done. So there's this moment of like depression, like it's like
Yeah.
theater blues. And we talk to the kids about it all the time. We're like, it's going to happen. We talk to the parents about how to be there for their kids when the show ends because it's this huge shift.
Yeah.
So COVID hit, and now all of a sudden you're telling the whole world you can't, like,
Yeah,
you
no
can't
show,
be
no rehearsal.
around somebody else. So you have these kids who got so used to being with each other, and they have no access to
And
each
we were
other
in the middle of
physically.
a show. What show were we doing?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But so that all started off with Holly. We did the radio show first.
Yeah, so this is what happens. I call Natasha and I say, this is not just about this show. It's
This is my
every
daily
time.
life.
Yeah, it's every day. And I'll be like, hey, I have a great idea. And she's like, I'm hanging
I'm
up.
hanging up on you
Every time.
That's pretty much how
hanging
we
up.
start our days every day.
So I called her and I said, listen, I have an idea. And she's like, no, I'm going to hang up. And then I said, what if we do like an old school radio show? Like we can have everybody record the parts separately. And then her husband was like, hang up. Because he knew he was going to have to do it. So we got the rights to do Wizard of Oz, like a radio show. So everybody from their own homes, we were dropping off like recording devices in mailboxes and then lysoling them down. They all recorded their own individual
Jeff did a
parts.
whole tutorial, Zoom tutorial on how everyone had to record their
We
own
had Zoom
parts.
rehearsals, which was the worst.
Zoom rehearsals were
The
wild.
worst. People's cats. There was
was-
nudity then.
It was wild.
Yeah.
But I
was a
mean,
lot.
I thought for sure I would never watch because they were actually really kind. They modified how they licensed it, so they
Yes.
didn't send us the Wizard of Oz play script.
No, they gave us
sent
the movie
us the
script.
movie script, and then gave us access to the music.
Yes.
and so I thought for sure I was never going to watch Wizard of Oz ever again because I literally watched it with the script so that I could tell Jeff, I was like, okay, the music starts here.
Yeah.
and it's going to fade out there, and then you're going to come back in with this.
He spent like 46
It was
hours
62 hours.
editing all of these people together.
Oh man.
So that was our first COVID experience. And it was really good.
It was beautiful. Like
Yeah.
it brings tears to my eyes now when I think
Yeah.
about it. It turned out so.
Yeah, but you couldn't sell tickets to it.
No.
No,
So-
it was a free service. It was just a way for us to
keep people
connected with an art, and then to have people, because that's kind of like what it felt like. You're sitting in your house, you can't go anywhere.
Right.
So we really were just like a modernized, like Little House on the Prairie almost. Well, did they have radios then?
I don't.
Yeah, they did.
That's not
Okay.
right.
No, that's not right.
That's not the right
In fact, I
reference.
just
but
watched
okay,
the new
keep
one
going.
on Netflix.
No,
and
but
it's
you know what I
definitely
mean?
not the
Like where
right
you're just kind of like home, family, sitting around a radio.
Right.
Did they have radios in Little House on the Prairie? Or was that
No.
before?
No,
They did
yeah.
not. So like the Waltons.
Sure.
I love the Waltons.
Yeah, you're 90. Keep going.
8. I'm 8 at heart. I love
going.
old shows. I love old shows. But anyway, no, so it provided that for families.
Mm-hmm.
That they found themselves literally just sitting in their living rooms, and they're like, we're listening to a radio show
Mm-hmm.
and enjoying it because they knew the people that were in the
Yeah.
radio show. So that was a very special, beautiful time.
Yep. And then people said, "What else are we gonna do?"
No.
And I said, "Not another radio show." So we made a movie,
Yeah.
and we recorded it at different locations with no more than 5 people at a time.
Yeah, that was crazy too, to try to like
Yeah.
put music together, with full-on harmonies.
Yeah.
And we had to like set up rehearsal where it's like, okay, we have to stand here, 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 here,
You have to
here.
wear a mask.
You have to wear a mask. And then Jeff would come in and we'd record everybody, and then we had to put everything. I mean, it
Yeah.
was crazy.
I'll send you the links.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there places to go?
I
see
post
this?
it every year at Christmas time, and then last year I watched it beforehand. I was like, "What am I wearing? I'm not posting it this year." And Brian was like, "You've posted it every year for
Every
like
year.
8 years." I was like,
it's
"God."
like burned in people's brains.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to, you could put the links in the
Oh, I'll put it in the
comments of the
comments,
show
yeah.
afterwards.
And you have the audacity to be upset about you wearing something that's too short. Have you seen all the things you've dressed me in
It's
in
not
the
my
past?
fault you're tall.
What in the world? Listen
my
to
fault.
me, okay, my friends.
That's not
We're
my
now
fault.
friends. Okay, so here's what happens. So Holly is if something has to be produced, you're gonna give it to her 100%. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm not good at, and I will never fake. I'm not gonna tell you I'm good at. I'm okay not being good at something.
We literally tell people, "Don't call Natasha.
Don't call me.
Email her. Don't
text
tell
me.
her anything.
No, absolutely.
How'd you
She
make
won't
it here?
remember."
No,
Because I have called people and been like, "Why aren't you at rehearsal?" And they're like, "Oh, I told Natasha last week." And I'll look at her like, meanwhile, she's the one who said to me, like, "So and so's not here."
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah. No.
they told you last
No.
week, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, they might."
You want me to direct a show? I'm on it. You need me to teach you music? I'm on it. Like, there are things where I'm like, I'm right there.
Details? No.
People will say to me, how much are the tickets? I'm like, to what? They're like, the show that's opening this weekend. I was like, we're doing a show. Like, I am so bad at those things. Don't text me. Don't.
Yeah.
You need something that needs to happen expeditiously that doesn't have to do with, like, like that part of it, the music and
Details.
stuff. You have to. I will literally say that's a Holly question.
Yeah.
But I digress from the true part, the true reason. Holly likes things that match and coordinate, and she loves to put things together. Our sets come together because she sees them that way, and it's great. And we're there for the ride, but it also goes to our costuming. So I don't know what I'm ever wearing to a show because she picks it. I just know I show up, and she tells me where it's hung up, and I go and I grab it, and I put it on, and we go up matchy. People love it. Yay! I'm 5'10". She's 4'3". So
I believe, and
And
a
a
quarter.
quarter.
and a quarter.
Plus a foot.
Okay, so the whole foot. And she'll say, "Oh, I saw the cutest little dress, blah blah blah, yada yada." And I'm like, "Okay, what does it look like on you? Like, where does it hit
Her ankle.
on your body?" She's like, "It's gonna be fine. It comes to like blah blah blah." So perfect example. The last show, which I think is the first time that it truly dawned on you that,
Yeah, once you came out, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah, because I was like, Holly, I don't know.
You might need pants.
I don't know. And then she's like, no, it's going to be fine. It comes to my knee. I'm like, ma'am.
yeah."
And I've gotten to the point where
There
I'm
was
like,
nudity that day.
I was like, I will, and I'm going to wear it. I asked the question, do you think it's going to be fine? She goes, it's going to be fine. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to put it on.
And then her husband's like, thank you for that.
Yeah. I'll put it on. And then I came out in that dress and I just looked at her and she was like, oh.
Do you have bike shorts?
I was wearing bike shorts. And I was like, this is a shirt on me. It's a shirt on me. It's a dress on you, and it's a shirt on me. But I will keep wearing it until she figures it out where she's like, oh, maybe I should go a few inches longer.
Yeah, but then it's like to my toes.
Would that be
Do you guys
Let's
have
try
to
to-
share the dress?
No,
I don't-
let's
We wear the
try-
same
we wear
dress
the
in
same
different
dress.
sizes.
So let's think about things in perspective, like grand scheme of things. So let's say you purchased a dress. Do you think they'd rather see a dress that hits your ankles and it hits below my knees? Or do you think they'd rather see a dress that hits your knees and then hits me like wherever
I don't know.
it
We
lands?
sell tickets, so
I think
maybe
yeah,
that's
no. I would go with option one for sure.
I don't know. Jeff likes it.
You know what? Here's the thing. Let's try it. We've never tried that. Let's try that one.
That sounds terrible.
Where it goes to your ankles and then it hits me.
You
below
can
my
always
knees.
hem it.
Terrible.
You can always hem
You
it.
could hem
the-
it.
The
You
night
could cut.
before. After
I'll cut
dress
off
rehearsal.
mine and you can sew it on yours.
I think she missed the whole point. I think she missed the point there.
How does that work with the costumes? Do you guys have like a huge wardrobe to pick from past
Well,
stuff?
so
or-
we have this amazing woman. Her name is Chris Brandreth, and she has retired the last 5 years in a row.
Yeah. she
But she's
retires-
still here.
She retires every 4 months.
Every year she retires because she deserves it.
She does.
But she works so hard. So we kind of give her like a vision and she just creates the magic. So we do have like a giant costume room of stuff that we reuse and stuff, but a lot of it is just her like, I mean, I don't even know what she
I don't either.
does in her head,
I
but
don't
it
either.
always is beautiful and it always comes together. She really is spectacular.
She really is.
Yeah.
She really
So
is.
creative.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so thoughtful.
Yeah.
And
Kind.
kind.
So
you
much
know,
kinder
like,
than we
so-
are.
So much
That
kinder
doesn't
than
shock me at all.
So right, like
Kind.
we are. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind to everyone else, just not each other.
When
That's
we
fair.
are kind to each other, the world is falling apart.
Yeah, something bad.
And I say that very seriously. But I'm like that with my sisters, like Jenny and Joey. That's how we are too.
She means her real sister.
My real, like my actual real sisters, the ones that look like me in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. If we are kind to each other, something catastrophic is actually
Yeah, and then
happening
we have
in
to
our
be
lives.
like, I hate you, goodbye.
And then we'll say like kind things. It's like, you're gonna be okay, and I'm here for you. Let me know, blah blah blah. I love you. The minute the words "I love you" come out of our faces, it's like,
Ugh.
yuck.
Yeah.
Like hate it.
You're headbutting their camera.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to.
That's all right. Just mine.
It's fine.
Most of the focus is on you
As
guys.
long as you're not injured.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, my head's much harder than that. We're good. We're good. And it's like padded with
Story.
the wig. It's all fine. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah. So, but we do like we are like family. But if we are nice to each other, oh gosh, it's
Yeah.
not, like we're going through some really
Feels
really
bad
bad times.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Feels like that depressing year we
That
just
yeah,
showed.
yeah. And then even we say it like if we'll text each other, okay, I love you, and then immediately after I was like, okay, delete that.
Yeah.
The throw up emoji.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yeah.
could send just like
Yeah.
disappearing
Yeah.
text.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
We'll have to do nice ones in Snapchat, so they're gone after
So they're
24
gone after,
hours.
yeah, because it's tough. And then we're like, oh God, we said that out loud. Oh my gosh, now it's like,
Yeah, you don't want
It's in writing?
actual written
like it's
copy
actually
of it.
Proof.
Like, oh yeah, we hate that.
Yeah.
So how do you audition for these shows? Where do you post that?
So if you follow us on Facebook, and we post out pretty much what we're going to do for the season and the approximate date, like the month that the auditions will be. And then as it gets closer, usually like 4 to 6 weeks out, we'll post like a link to where you can get the materials for the auditions, what to prepare for the auditions, and the dates and the times. Yeah. And then we go on Winnie. Usually we do a lot of Facebook
We do a
marketing.
lot, but we don't really do a lot of audition announcements on Winnie.
Usually we just announce the next
we'll
one
promote the
as
show.
the show we're doing.
Yeah, but we actually never say, hey, auditions are coming up, blah, blah, blah.
Maybe we
yada,
should add
yada,
that
yada.
in.
That might actually be something we should do.
Put it in your notes.
My notes, ma'am,
It'll never happen.
that's not going to happen. No.
Shout out to Winnie.
Yeah.
Love Winnie. But also, Do you have pretty much the same crew coming to every
No.
production?
No, since you loved setting up and doing tech so much, we always need
Oh,
people.
no. He didn't
No,
say
no,
tech.
tech.
No.
Tech was not me.
He's
Wow.
more hands-on, build,
like, I
build
built the
like
boom.
man.
Well, if you don't
Jeez.
think I've noticed all the woodworking, sure. But no, so it's always us. We do have Chris, who usually is our costumer. Very rarely is she not
she
available
not?
for a
Yeah.
show. We have Carrie Danner, who is typically our choreographer. She's super talented. She does a lot of theater all over the state, but she's typically our
Yeah,
choreographer.
she's probably one of the staples of Little Theater before it was like Little Theater.
Yeah, she started
She
there when she
started
was
there
16.
when she was like 16.
And she's
Like
not
we
now.
find pictures
16.
of her, like in her first show, like in that space.
Yeah.
You know.
So basically that's like the core four. And then we have a few other people that kind of rotate in and out pretty consistently. Allison Beat helps a lot with music.
To do the
and-
music.
So there's
and then we have Mr. Barber and Mr.
yeah,
Lewis.
we have our
consistently,
carpenter dads that help us with our set building.
begrudgingly.
Mr. Delaporta is our newest addition to that team. But they it's really just all volunteers. Nobody gets paid. They just show up and help. And I know, like, so I have a group chat with the dads, and I know that when they see my name come up, they're like, "Ah."
I guess so. I know.
Because
I know.
sometimes, so it started because they had kids in the show, but the last few shows they had no kids in, and they still show up and they still help out on their free time, on the weekends, at nighttime.
But the thing that's funny about it is you kind of just have to learn as you go because, like, I think about Mr. Barber when he started, when he was helping Mr. Lewis.
Right.
Mr. Lewis knows what he's doing. Like,
Right.
he does all of this stuff.
Yeah, he
but
makes sure that our kids don't fall off the balcony.
don't fall off
Yeah.
and, perish. But,
Oh,
but
that was a dark word. That happened quick.
well, sometimes when you think about it, it's like the slide that we put in. Like sometimes you have to make sure that things are pretty sturdy, and thankfully we have people who know how to do those things. But Mr. Barber was like, I follow directions well. If you tell me what to do and show me how to do it, I can do it. But it's not like he walked in confidently
Right.
just knowing how
But
to
now
do the
he
things.
does.
Now, though, if you say, we want this, 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 and this, he's learned so much within the last several years because he's immersed himself every show. Now he's like, oh, yeah, I know how to do that. Oh, yeah. And he could figure out the best way to do things. So we throw people in when they don't want to, but they come out
Yeah.
so much better.
And like I always start out,
It's a whole self-help program.
Yeah.
except for me. I start out with this giant plan that has like all the bells and whistles, and then they tell me no, definitely not happening. No, think again. So it's really good, like grounding, humbling relationship too.
And I'm usually somewhere in the background while she's telling them, and they're looking at her, and then they'll lock eyes with me, and I'm like,
Well, like for Frozen, I really wanted Elsa to rise up on a platform. So like I went to
you want to.
what's the store next to Planet Fitness?
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight. So I go to Harbor Freight and they had like a thing where you stand on it and it lifts you
Scissor
up.
lift. Yeah.
But I needed like people to stand on it and then like be Elsa, right? So I made my
Watch
kids
her
stand
face
on
while she tells this story because she means every word.
So I made my
It's so-
kids stand on it to see if it would rise up, and it did. And so the guy was like looking at me like I was like in a dress and heels, and he was like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And I was like, "I'm gonna use it for Elsa." And he was like, and I was like, "Wait, can I return it after?" And he was like, "Wait, what? No, that's not how this works." So then I go back and I tell the dads, and they're like, "Do you know how much that weighs?" And I was like, "No," and they're like, "More than the stage can carry,
Yeah.
ma'am." So, but we came up with another plan.
Which, great.
It
Really
it
happy
wasn't
for those
as
moments.
it wasn't as spectacular as Elsa slowly
She also forgets
rising
where
up.
we are. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, what are we talking about? What do you mean you want to do this on this thing? No, we can't build a real elevator for Willy Wonka.
Why not?
Like, we're lucky that the lights work some days. Do you know what I mean?
And
Like,
then what was
are
really
you
funny is that
talking
the
about?
actual elevator in the building went down.
Went down.
Yeah, yeah, that was ironic.
Oh, yeah.
But like like I wanted. So we did Willy Wonka 2 years ago, right? 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, too.
And like when Veruca goes down the thing with the squirrels, like I wanted them to fall down a slide. And then everybody was like, "What? No." And I was like, "Yeah, figure it out." And then they did. And they figured it out.
I think my favorite part of that slide was Jonathan. So Jonathan's like 6 feet. He's a big guy, right?
Yeah, big guy.
And he played Veruca's dad, right? He played Veruca's dad. And so he heard that the vision was that Veruca was going to get dropped, and that was like the slide. She was going to go down the slide, and that initially the vision was that he too was going to like throw himself down the slide after
But the
her.
dads reined me in, and they were like, "Ma'am, no."
Yeah, they're like, don't have Jonathan do it. So Jonathan hears it, and he's like, oh, God, you want me to?
Yeah, he comes down. He's like, "Is this really what you want?" And I was like, "Well, it's what I had thought." And he was like, "Goodbye." And then he went next door and he talked to the dads.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
talked to the dads.
"Reinforce it."
Yeah, he was like, this is this is what I weigh. This is how tall I am. Make it work. They want to see me fall down a slide. And when I tell you that man committed to throwing himself head first, no less.
A tiny slide too.
Okay, a little slide, and he is like, no, and he just throw himself down head first.
And it was
every
dark,
night, and it
into
was
a little
dark
alcove.
into an alcove. It was not. It looked great.
It looked great.
Nice.
And we had to make people fly for that show, so we made seesaws.
Yeah, but that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful effect.
See, the dads.
It was like a
they come in.
one-sided seesaw where, like, you do a lot of trickery with the lights.
Yeah,
So
we painted them
kept
black.
Everything was black. Everything from, like, waist high was dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the little kids and the dads backstage
Yeah.
being this part of the lever,
Yeah.
and then you have Grandpa Joe, and so it looked like they were flying
Nice.
because the seesaw would just move up and down. So it was very creative.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So it's okay that we can't truly fly people, even though every year you're like, I wonder if we can. The whole
No.
building will fall down.
Yeah. So no elevator, no flying.
Crashing down around us. Yeah.
Eventually, maybe.
Yeah, not in this space.
No, someday.
Like when you guys have like a sold out show all weekend, doesn't the show make money?
It does, but
like-
because we're a town-run program, it goes back to the revenue line for the town.
And that can't come back into your budget.
No, that's not how they. Yeah.
Like expand your budget a little bit more.
Unfortunately, no, that's not how it works out. So we can
The
do some
general
fundraising and
fund.
stuff.
But I just feel like there's like a
What if you sold candy bars? That's
We
We
did.
do.
yeah.
Also,
general fund. Jeez.
It's
Yeah.
wild that like you can't argue for more money in the way of, hey, we made this much money last year.
yeah.
Why don't we get a little bit more of that, and then we could get a little bit more
Yeah.
per seat if we.
Well,
had a
I think
better
that it's
budget.
hard enough to get the budget passed as it is. So I think that they're just hesitant to, like, every year they're slashing jobs. So I think that they're hesitant to add more money into our pot because once the budget comes up for approval, it's going to get slashed anyway.
It's crazy because you're at least breaking even. You know what I mean?
We're
That-
more than breaking even.
right. That's my point.
Yeah.
Is like is
When we move
Should
to our
be a
new space,
wash.
so Parks and Rec is moving over to the old high school. We're in the old high school.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
we're going to be moving to the old high school. The renovations are still being done. The date keeps kind of rolling around of when that will be done and when we'll actually get to move. The theater will move after Parks and Rec moves. And they have told us that they will keep our building open until our space is ready, but the theater space there is just not going to be ready at the same time. We are going to start. So the library has Friends of the Killingly Public Library, and they do a lot of fundraising for the library. That it's a separate nonprofit that's goal is just to raise money for library programs, and they provide a substantial amount of the budget that the library uses for different events and fundraising. Like, so like if you see like a couple of weeks ago they had like a guy come in with owls and like they have to pay that guy, so like this is the money they use for that because their budget is already so slim.
Right.
So we are going to be the Killingly Performing Arts Center, so KPAC, and so we started a Friends of KPAC. So our goal once we move over is to start doing some fundraising on our own to help kind of update some of the stuff that we won't get when we move. And two, maybe just be able to do some bigger shows. Like we would love to do a show with a live pit, like a live band,
that'd be
live
cool.
musicians.
Yeah.
But it costs almost $13,000 for a weekend of shows with a live band, live musicians. So that's more than our budget last year. So,
By a
Aim
lot.
high.
By a bit.
Yeah.
Aim high.
Yeah. by
so
a bit.
our goal would be to do some fundraising to maybe do a show like that. Like there's a show that we've kind of had on our back burner. I'm not going to say what it is because I saw your foot moving. I don't want to have any more bruises. But we really would love to do it with a pit. It just would be so much better. So those are some of the things. And then, there's some light upgrades that we'd really like to do, but it's just not going to happen with the budget we have because we already exhaust every year.
Yeah, I think when we run on such bare minimum, I just don't think people really understand that. Like,
Yeah.
we are literally running with things. Perfect example. Perfect example. For Dear Evan Hansen, I have all of the music. I had all of the music on my laptop. And I went to go turn it on, and the computer would
no.
not turn on. And we had just opened the house.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Like,
the beginning of a show.
It was the beginning of a show. The house was open, so people have now purchased tickets, and they are in the theater space. And I cannot get my laptop to turn on that has like the music to a musical. So I call Jeff, freaking out. I'm like, I can't. Speaking of Jeff, he's calling me right now.
His ears were ringing.
Does he know where you are?
Yeah,
Did you
I,
at least tell your husbands to watch?
yeah.
I did. I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I told
Well,
her
he
that.
dropped me off, so he was like, "Wait, whose house is this?" What? We were coming from work, and I was like, "You got to drop me off. I'm never gonna make it." And he was like, "Wait,
Wait, where are we
you
going? What are we?
I didn't even tell him about the plastic yet.
Oh, we talk about the plastic.
Or the basement.
Yeah, the basement. First thing I do, you scold me. So I'm just like, Jeff, this laptop, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what's going on? He goes, I'm on my way back. So he comes flying in, and he doesn't really panic, right? He's just very like methodical. So he's pushing buttons. He's like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, what's interesting?
You're like, "We have 12 minutes."
Yeah, like, what are we talking about? And he's like, he goes, the light's not even turning on. He goes, so I think it's fried. So I'm like, show's about to start. He goes, I think I might have an extra.
He had the same exact laptop.
He goes, back at the station. I'm like, what? And then he's gone. Doesn't tell me. So I was like, where are you? And he goes, Natasha, the only way, he's like, if you want music, he goes, I have to do this. So he went back, comes back with a smaller version, but same sort of laptop. And like, what, in 3 minutes?
Yeah, he took the old hard
He
drive
took the
out, put
whole
it in the
thing
new
off,
laptop.
put it in the new laptop,
Wow.
turns the thing on, gets everything plugged in, and he's like, all right, I think we're good.
Yeah, he's like, "Here's your music."
Here's your music.
You guys got to use the cloud.
Well, sometimes you can't
Sometimes you can't. There are
because the music is licensed, so we have to use whatever platform they give
whatever
us the
that
music
they
on.
put it on.
okay.
And then that's if the Wi-Fi is working, because
Yeah.
sometimes that's also
Yeah.
not a thing.
This sounds like a
No,
production.
it really is. We're working off of things like Jeff will find a free program that you could use so that he can help you with program the lighting, and we really are trying our best to do the best. So when you say upgrade, in my head I'm laughing hysterically because I'm just like, that would be like a laptop from 2005 maybe. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's what an upgrade would
A girl
look
can
like
dream.
to me. And then when we walk into like other theater spaces, then I'm just kind of like, oh yeah. I mean, I've worked at other theater spaces where they've paid me to do whatever they've asked me to do, and I'm like, God, this would have funded our entire show.
But we did go to a theater where we had to play the music through a boombox.
Oh,
Oh.
so that made you feel better.
So, I mean,
When I'm
a
the
give and take.
appropriate
Yeah.
one on a show, when I'm the
She kicked me
appropriate
again,
one, I
just so
did.
well.
'Cause I'm just like, what is happening with you? Yeah, sometimes we find
yeah.
places
theater
that
with a
don't
smaller
do things
budget.
that don't do things the way
See?
that we do.
Perspective.
However, I'm great with our perspective. Like I said at the beginning, I feel that the position that we're in, although it creates a lot of challenges,
Yeah.
it really pushes us to
Be more creative.
be more creative and to work harder and there has not yet been a challenge that we've seen to be insurmountable. We've always been able to start and finish strong, if not stronger than we expected. So like I said, the benefit, it, it doesn't really hinder us. It just makes us work harder.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be nice to work less harder.
Man.
But yes.
that is nice.
But yes, it
Yes.
does. It makes us.
I really don't know if we would know what to do with ourselves, though. This is what I'm afraid is going to happen.
I want to see you
right?
two do a comedy play.
Oh, we'd be the worst.
See, this has been
Like,
hysterical watching
we
you
would be-
here.
Like we would be the worst. I'm afraid of moving to like a bigger space with like all of these great things, state of the art this, and lights that work when you push the button, and music that does the thing, and Jeff not having to like climb over a balcony to like readjust.
No, I think I'd
every
like to
single
try
thing.
that.
No, and then like,
once.
Yeah.
and then we're
no,
gonna
lots
get
of times.
there. I feel like there might be a part of us that we're not gonna really know what to do with like
No.
that security.
That's like that saying, like, "Oh, money doesn't buy happiness. I'll try it. Let me try it. Try for myself."
no, like you understand
No, I
what I'm
get it.
saying.
So,
You
like,
understand what I'm saying, though, right?
When I was a carpenter, I took some time and I built a fully loaded workshop on wheels in the trailer. And there were times I was like, it was so clean and everything was so put away, I didn't want to use it.
Right.
It was like, it
Yeah.
actually almost gave you like brain fog.
Right.
Like, I see what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
you have to get used to this
Right.
Yeah.
the new newness.
to the
you know?
new newness of it,
Yeah.
and then
I think I'll
almost feel-
adjust. I'll be okay.
I almost feel like we wouldn't even know what to do with. I think we'd get antsy. I think we would get antsy because we've gotten so used to. Maybe that's just part of my own personal trauma. Maybe that's what it is. I guess
It's a you
think-
problem for
I think things have to be tumultuous in order for me to feel like things are okay. But
Well, even sometimes because we do run the tech for a show, so sometimes like we'll go see another show and we'll know the director, and then we'll be like, "Oh, where's?" And they're like, "Oh, they're not here tonight," and we're like, "You
That,
directed a show and
to
didn't come
me-
every single night?
yeah.
What do you mean?"
because we've never had that luxury.
No.
We put a show, like we literally walk in from the beginning and we are there with you till the very
I mean,
end of it.
sometimes we're selling tickets and candy bars.
Yeah, making popcorn, like we're running like crazy. But I'm used to that. It's like, okay, what are we doing, and where do you
Yeah.
need me, and what has to happen now?
So you're saying if you had people for all that stuff, you'd be bored, and you only had to
I'll
wear
try it.
Or
two
I'd like to
hats.
try it.
We're stressed out because we're so used to doing it. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes
even
Now
you're
you're
think about it.
delegating
Yeah.
it. You're not
exactly.
sure.
So now you're just kind of like, wait, who's making the
You have to
popcorn?
trust
And you have
other
to trust
people.
that other people did. That freaks me out.
No,
Yeah.
I'll try it.
You can try it. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
Sounds like you have trust issues.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's my own personal
Listen, that's a
trauma.
whole
Yeah,
other
that's
show.
all
You don't have time for
When
that
did you want
show
us to come
today.
Make sure you're fully stocked with these
You do
Celsius
not
things.
have time.
Yeah, this is going to be a
That
series
today.
like every week.
You need a
And we're
sofa.
back again with Holly Blade and
A
Natasha
sofa.
Darius. Yeah. A sofa.
Sad music. Yeah, like a therapist sofa.
Oh,
Sad music.
You and I. Oh,
A little tiny violin.
a little tiny sofa
Little
for
tiny
you.
violin.
So,
A cat bed.
A little cat
sofa.
bed for you.
what's like your background? Like, how'd you get started in performing or performance or
So
producing?
Natasha, you can tell your own story.
I mean, thanks.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah. So
Thanks so much.
they were looking for people to join the board at the Little Theater on Broad Street.
Yeah.
That was like 11 or 12 years ago. And I was like, what's one more board? Sure, let's sign up for that. I'm interested in theater. And then my son, who's now 19, but then was little, said, oh, I want to be in a play. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, well, I only want to do it if you do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So then we did it, and Natasha was the director. And that was an experience. And then after that, we had our next board meeting, and then they were like, oh, well, there's probably not going to be any other shows because nobody wants to run the theater.
Well, no. Yeah, there was that whole thing where they had Jonathan come in. That was a whole shenanigans. There was a lot.
Don't
that
make me
happened.
kick you.
Oh, now now the kicking's gonna start.
Yeah.
But
So then Natasha and I kind of looked at each other, and we were like, oh, should we do a show? And then somebody did a show before we finally agreed to do the shows, and then it was not good.
things happen.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like your first show? You didn't think?
So
it wasn't
somebody
our
did a
show.
show in between us, another director, And then
And that one wasn't.
that was not good. The show was good.
The show was good. The
dir-
experience,
wasn't
fantastic.
great.
Oh.
And then so we decided we were going to do it. And we thought, like, oh, we'll do a few shows until they figure it out. And then here we are.
Well, I knew that that was problematic for me when I tried to return the key after I directed the first show. And they're like, oh, no, just hold on to it. Like, that should have been, like, my first clue.
Yeah.
Because I have the same keys right now on my keychain, like the same exact keys.
And they were like, no, you keep that.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
before that, you had no other acting.
I mean, I had done a little bit like in high school and college, but not like anything significant. It wasn't like my life
I had
driving
zero.
force.
For me, I'm like, if anyone knew me musically, it was because I was a flautist and a violinist and I sang.
A flautist means she plays the flute.
That's what you call them.
I gathered
A
that.
flautist.
Isn't that what you call us?
Sure.
Flautist.
Yeah, flautist.
Yeah.
You
What
don't
would
want to
you
be.
call it?
I don't know.
You don't want to be a flutist.
No, because that's not what they're called.
Okay.
They're called flautists.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, listen. My butt played the flute, okay?
Wait a
I
minute.
just think it's a
That's
funny
a totally
word.
different trick.
That's
Take it
a
as-
different instrument.
Take it as you will. Take it as you will.
There's definitely nudity in that
Definitely
show.
nudity there. Definitely in that particular show.
Yeah, and you guys shouldn't do a comedy. Okay.
So that's what I did is I sang and I played musical instruments and then
She's very talented vocally.
I'm all right. But thank you. That's the nicest thing you said to
I
me.
hate
Like,
you.
oh, I know. Okay, thank you.
Keep going.
Brought it back to normal for us. Like my heart, like, oh, okay. So
Mine too.
and
when
then
I
my
said it.
friend asked me to audition for Little Shop of Horrors that they were doing at the little theater, and I was like, I don't act. And he's like, oh, just come and audition anyway. Very long story short, I
Meanwhile,
ended up.
she's very dramatic, so she does
I
act
am-
just.
Who knew? I did not know.
She knew.
I did
Everybody
not,
knew.
I did not know. Yeah, so I did Little Shop. I had this great experience. Like I said, this whole theater family thing, it just kind of gets you. It just gets you. And then I remember coming up the stairs the last night of the show, and half the set was already gone, and I like had an internal like meltdown. I'm like, what do you? Like, it was just gone,
Yeah, it's over.
and that was tough for me. So I knew then that in whatever capacity I had to do something with the theater. Like it didn't matter to me what it was, whether I was on the stage helping paint something, but I needed to be a part of like all of that, frenetic hullabaloo. Yeah, and then I directed the Christmas show, and then I met her, and then we've just
Worst day of my life.
everybody. Worst day of her life that she came out.
Sounds like the
she
worst
came up to me and
decade.
said, "Decade, like it was the worst decade a weekend." Like a weekend, I was
hour
like,
in.
"This is the worst decade of my life."
I was like, this
and I
hour
only
feels
known
like
her for like
10 years.
7 days. It was just
Yeah.
terrible. Like I'm gonna cry about it when I get home. The worst.
Yeah,
But
here we are.
what keeps us going though is like we have our people. You know what I mean? It's like we have, Jonathan and Adam, and we just have people who just stick with us.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's the animal that I'll think about it somewhere. But isn't there an animal that like as they're like sloughing through life, they're just kind of like picking up like weird things with them? I feel like that's how we are.
Oh.
I'll have to
I don't want to be that animal.
I'll have to research it.
Don't send it to me when you find out. I don't. I was going to say we're like the bad news bears. I think that's better than some animal that picks up things along the
But
way.
I think I have to research it. 'Cause
No,
I think
please
that's
don't.
called a hoarder.
Well,
And they're not animals.
Yeah. Yeah. That was rude.
well,
rude. Yeah, but we do. We have people who just believe in the greatness that theater does for people, and that they really just. We couldn't do it if people weren't sticking with us. If they didn't stick with
Yeah,
us, we
that's
really
true.
couldn't. We
We for sure could not.
really could not do it if people weren't like, "I'm going to help you."
if there weren't people we could call and just be like, hey, I have this crazy idea.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, what day?
Yeah,
Tell me what
day?
time.
Tell me what time. When should I be there?
I mean, there are some people that we don't even say anymore, like, who are you going to audition for? Are you going to audition? We're just like, so,
We'll see you
rehearsals are
at
going to
a-
be in 2 weeks. Like,
and they're not even in the show.
yeah.
Like we have people who show up just to help with a show that they're not in.
Or they don't have kids in.
They
at
don't
this
have
point.
kids in. They just show up because they know that at some point that we're going to need help with something.
Right.
Right.
They've
So much
never
help.
heard of the show. They're like, okay, I guess I'll be. I yelled at Adam for not coming to rehearsal. He wasn't called to.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even supposed to be there. And I'm about to start the rehearsal, and I looked around. I was like, where is he? And I called him. I said, "Where are you?" He goes, "Home." Why? I was like, "Well, you didn't call me. I wasn't called for." I was like, "What does that even mean?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Sounds like you should have left that to somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, her husband does so much, and I make my husband do lots.
Yeah.
All my kids come
Yeah,
and do
they
stuff.
do. It's like, who's gonna run the, like, if you have to run, like, Alyssa's gonna come and she's gonna run the lights.
For the Christmas show last year, we did Rudolph, and you know, like in the scene at the end where Cornelius finds the peppermints, they come like out of the ground. So I was like, well, we have to have the peppermints come out of the ground, and the dads were like, and then so I said to my son, who's 12, he was 12, he's 13 now, he turned 13 last week. Sorry, Lincoln. I said, so you're going to sit under the stage and you're just going to shove them through. He was like, the whole time. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay. And then the first show, he texted me and he's like, I forgot to come out from under the stage. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm not going to make it for bows. I was like, that's all right. But yeah, like our families come, my kids.
You say things like that, and I was like, God, that really sounds terrible. It's like, so I'm just gonna
He loved
sit
it.
under the stage the whole show.
He got snacks and a blanket
Snacks.
and Christmas
The
lights.
fort?
Yeah.
There was that night where Ella went under there with a friend of hers, and all of a sudden we just hear like just kids talking from under the floor.
Yeah.
It was a wild.
And he
time.
texted me and he said, why am I running an underground daycare?
Daycare.
And I was like, be quiet.
We can hear you from
Stay
up
under
there.
the stage.
Oh my
I'll bring you
gosh!
snacks
Oh my
at
god!
intermission.
Or when the lights didn't work for Carrie,
Yeah.
and again, and we called Jeff, poor Jeff, and he's literally throwing himself over
Over
the
it.
balcony because that's the only way he can get to the lights. And I'm like, Jeffrey, what are you doing? And he
Do you want lights or not?
He whipped his head around. He looked at me. He's like, "Do you want lights or not?" And I'm like, "We want lights."
I'll be quiet.
Okay. And I couldn't look. I couldn't watch. I was like this. I was like, "Yeah, we want lights. We want lights." And he's like literally shimmying. He's like, "Excuse me. Pardon me." Because people are in their seats. "Excuse me. Pardon me."
I don't remember what show it was, but Jeff used to set all of our lights for us.
Yes.
And Natasha used to yell at him a lot.
Because it was done.
Don't explain. She used to yell at him a lot. And so I don't remember what, maybe it was Footloose. I think that was it.
I yell at him every show, so it doesn't
And then
even
I
matter what
said-
the show was.
I said to myself, I have to learn how to program lights because they're going to get divorced.
It makes it stronger.
Yeah. So I was like, Jeff, I want you to teach me how to program the lights. He's like, yes, please. So that's been better.
It's been much better than
Yeah.
the one year that we realized that things were getting pretty precarious, and then the next day he showed up with walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
That saved our marriage.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
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 As the day before, I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, because we were. Oh, it was a good.
See
the
how
next day.
selfless I am? I've saved your marriage. You're welcome.
Thank you. I think that's what the look I gave you was. Thank
Yeah.
you. All
You're
of that.
welcome.
Okay.
How does the
Wow.
trademark thing go? Like, who do you call when you like want to do a play? Is there like
So there are like
one
three
place?
big companies that own the rights to these different shows, and you submit an application. One of the companies that has most of the shows that people want to do, they have very strict guidelines that. So like if we wanted to do a show and another theater wanted to do a show for the same time frame, they can't be within 50 miles of each other, which is why we always lose The Grinch and Charlie Brown's Christmas, because another theater within 50 miles is doing it, or there's a national tour. So Charlie Brown's Christmas goes on national tour every year, and they go to Mohegan Sun. That's less than 50 miles, so we lose it every year.
What if you did a Christmas in July Charlie Brown special?
I've thought of it,
Oh, okay.
but it's hard to get people to come to rehearsal in July.
It's hard,
Oh,
and then
there's a
the-
season.
It's so hard.
All right,
And then
summer's
the vacation,
off.
Yes.
too,
Okay,
you have-
yeah.
It's so hard.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because even now we started rehearsals for SpongeBob because it is a very big show. And my list of like cast members and their conflicts, it's like, it's so many numbers, so many days. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
And you can't be mad about it. You
No.
know, because
They told you
I
up
mean,
front.
You know, you,
Yeah.
and it's the time.
So I have thought about it, but I think it would be really hard to get the people to actually, maybe if we did all the rehearsals, I'm gonna table that again. I'm gonna come back to that. But so there,
Like
so
theater.
you put in for the rights. You can only put in for the rights about 18 months in advance for most of the places, kind of like airline tickets, right? And then you either get approved or denied. Some shows we can't get approved for because our theater's not big enough. You have to have so many seats. Some shows require different things. So Dear Evan Hansen became available last year, and I really wanted to do it. But when it first became available, the guidelines for that show where you had to do, I don't know if you've ever seen the show, but during the show they display all of these text messages on like the wall behind the show while the show is happening. So it kind of shows like the social aspect of what's happening in these teenagers lives, right? Like this constant like feed of social media and text messages, and like this constant barrage of just information, good, bad, negative, didn't matter, just constant. And our theater is not set up where we can backlight a projection. So every time somebody would walk by it, it wouldn't have been clean. It wouldn't have looked good. But then they took away that restriction. So I was like, we have to do this show. But so you really just have to look out and see what other theaters are doing and just kind of plan and put in. So I always put in for 2 shows for every time frame and see what we end up with. Most of the time, we've been pretty lucky in the last couple of
Lucky.
years.
I mean,
knock
there have
on
been
wood.
some shows, but and then we just go with the flow of things, because again, our motivation isn't necessarily how many butts can we get in the seats. Our goal is just to put on like good theater.
Right.
Right. Right.
So our motivation, I feel, is what makes us okay with whatever we end up with. It's like, let's try, and see what happens here, and we're happy with whatever we get, and we
But
work
we've
really
been really
hard. But we
lucky.
have been very lucky.
So like Dear Evan Hansen, we were the first community theater.
Yeah. We got clinics.
We were the first community theater in Connecticut to do Dear Evan Hansen. And so if you looked at my calendar, you would think I was nuts. But like I thought you were going to say she is nuts. So like the rights companies will say like, oh, we're going to release the rights to this show on this day at 11:59. I will set a reminder in my phone, and at 11:50 I will fill out the application, and then at 11:59 I will hit submit. And there have been so many times we just got approved for a show for the summer that I can't say what it is yet because we haven't put our deposit down yet. But the show became available at 11:59, and I already had another show booked for that date. And they called me and they're like, you already have another show booked, and 2 other theaters within your 50-mile radius have applied for the show. Do you want to do it? And I was like, we want to do it. So I think that we've been lucky in that sense where we're just paying attention, where we're just always trying to do something new, something fun, something different.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it makes it where you kind of have to do something different.
Yeah, nobody wants to see the same show in 4 different places in the same season.
Right. So how does that work? Do you you kind of said briefly that you have 12 weeks for prep. So like
Yeah.
preferably.
So we try to book out our shows. So like we have the whole season planned out for this year. Our season starts in July because we run off the town's fiscal calendar. So their July 1st is the town's start of the fiscal calendar. So we usually come out with our shows in July, whereas other theaters usually put their season out like at the beginning of the year. So like January. So we'll plan out our whole season. But so we're in SpongeBob now. By the time we get toward the end of SpongeBob rehearsals, not even the show, we'll have already started working on the Grinch because
wow.
it's just
Okay.
it's
So
there's
you're
just so
overlapping.
much to do. And then there have been times when even rehearsals overlap where we're just doing 2 literal shows at one time.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
that's-
lot. And then what gets like even trickier is when we don't get word until we're already in the process of preparing for a show that we can't do the show. You know?
Yes.
So we immerse ourselves in whatever we're gonna do. So I'm like, okay, so we're doing this show, and I listen to the music, and I have to, because I want to make sure that I'm walking in as prepared as I can be to teach whatever I've got to teach to whatever we have, and then to have that be in my brain, and then all of a sudden she'll call me. She's like, hey, they're touring, so we can't do it now. We've got to push it.
Yeah.
We're doing this instead, and it's a show that I've never really heard of. And there isn't a lot of material available online because it's new. So now we're scrambling where I'm like, okay, where can I find the material? Because they don't send us the material until, when do they send us?
Usually 8 weeks. And
Yeah.
we've already started.
And we've
rehearsals
already
by then.
started, and I don't want to walk in not knowing anything. So
Right.
Also,
then
you
I
can't
have
tell your
all-
cast like, "Hey guys, welcome to rehearsal," but you don't get a script for 4 more
for
weeks.
4 more weeks,
Yeah.
or the person who's responsible for the music doesn't really know the music because I
Yeah.
haven't been able to. So when you're walking around, you have 3 scores in your head, but I don't actually have the score in front of me, or you don't have like the script to like start thinking about how we're gonna block a show. It gets pretty stressful.
I bet. That's wild.
It gets pretty
I
stressful.
would have never thought that was such a big part of it.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Oh yeah.
To,
Yeah, and we're so beholden to how they do things.
Right.
It's like, when
Yeah.
are we going to get the music? And then we won't get the music.
Right.
Or let's say they'll send us the tracks to the music and we could change certain things. So if if the song that you're responsible for singing, I think that it sounds better for you singing it in a different key, or we need to add some vamps to something. They give you the option of doing that in a lot of their programs, but you have to send it back to them so
Right.
that they can implement those changes, and then they'll send you the changes after they've done them.
Because the
Wow.
the licensing companies don't own the material either, right? So
Right.
some of the shows, like we wanted to do Pippi Longstocking. And so there's a company that holds the licensing for it, but they have to go to that family, the family who owns the material, and get approval from the family. And the family had like this long questionnaire. So it's just different for every show. Some shows you hear back right away. Like right the next day you're like, "Oh yeah, you got approved." Some shows it's weeks, months even. So it's different every
Yeah,
show.
for every show.
And then different companies have different platforms. So some companies, they send you the music in a platform and you can't download it, you can't alter it, you just have to play it as it's given. And sometimes that's not great. And then some companies, they allow you to make small changes on your own,
Yeah.
but you have to send it back
But
to
you
them
have to
to
send it
make
to them so
big,
that they could-
and they have to approve the change. So if we said, "Oh, we want this to be in a different key," they may be like, "No, you can't do it in that key."
That song has to be done in that
Yeah.
exact key.
Wow.
So there's a lot of, and I feel like we spend a lot of time, reading through the contracts, reading through the riders, reading through the licensing, because we hold ourselves to a high standard, but also we're representing the town. We don't want to do something and violate a contract, and now the town has to answer for that, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like
No, it makes sense.
we are crossing a lot more T's and dotting a lot more I's than maybe some other places feel like they have to.
No, because we have to. I mean, and we want to,
Yeah,
as well.
for sure.
Because at the end of the day, not even talking about licensing and like all of those other things, like this is somebody's work.
Yeah.
Like this is somebody's
Somebody's passion.
artistic,
Yeah.
like contribution to humankind, where they,
Oh.
where they sat down and. Like, Justin sat down and wrote a book of poetry. Do you know what I mean? It's like we want to be able to honor all of those things.
Yeah.
This is somebody's
Yeah, it's important to do it in a way that
try
they
to do it in a way
yeah.
that honors the work that was put into it. Which
Yeah.
one's this one, Ricky or Lucy?
This is Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
And some shows have very, very specific guidelines about what you can and can't do. Some of them say this character has to be a man played by a man, no alternatives, or vice versa, a woman played by a woman. This has to be sung in this way. These lines have to be said exactly as is. That was it. Yeah,
That's the that's the most intrusive he's ever been. Wrapped up on everything.
I was excited.
yeah.
Okay, so some things like have to be played by a man. I was listening.
Yeah, that's
I was
okay.
getting
It's
most of
okay.
that.
You're fine with it. We'll come back.
Like some
We'll just talk to him next
some
time.
things definitely have to be done
Yeah.
their way.
There's
and-
very
and
specific
you can't-
guidelines for every show is different. You
Right.
just have to pay attention.
And you were talking about how it's like somebody's work. It's
Yeah.
their contribution. That's really cool that you like take that
It
into
comes from
account.
it comes
Yeah.
from somebody. You know what I mean? It's like we're
Right.
on this end of it, where it's like, how do we put it up, and how do we do this, and how do you make money for it, and yada, yada. How do you make it popular, yada yada. At the end of the day, somebody sat down
and wrote
and
that out.
and wrote it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wrote it. So if your intention is not to honor that work and
Right.
to put it out into the world in a way that's respectful to the person who wrote it,
Right.
Yeah.
then
In the
you-
context
in
that
the
it was
context
written.
that it was written,
And a lot of
then
times these
you-
are people's real stories. I mean, obviously not in SpongeBob, right? But there's some
How
of our
dare you, ma'am?
some of-
How dare you?
some of our more serious shows are based on people's true life experiences. And so for us to go out there and not take it seriously or not put it on in a way that they intended for it to be produced, it just feels disingenuous and not fair.
Is there a world or future where you guys write a play? You guys.
I've actually written a couple.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote them. I'm not really sure anything has to happen with them. And me saying I wrote them doesn't necessarily mean that they're any good. But no, but yeah,
Maybe.
and we have thought about writing
A Christmas show.
Just because
It's hard to find a Christmas
it's
show.
hard to find a Christmas show that hasn't been done to death for
Yeah.
the
Right.
love of
Yeah.
Pete. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, and it's
We've done a Christmas Story in 6 different ways now.
like, and I don't like. I'm ready to like you shoot your eye. It's like it's so there. It's so tough to find a Christmas show.
That's a Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
We
I
did
know,
a Christmas Carol.
Carol, yeah.
Yeah.
It had just the word Christmas in it, and
Yeah.
now at this point it's too much. You know, it's like it's too
Yeah.
much. We've already done it. So, and I get it. It's like 'tis the season, and there's a beauty about the nostalgia
And a
of
tradition.
and
Yeah.
For the love of God. Okay, like.
But also, almost none of the Christmas shows have God.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, but that I mean, I'm not even gonna listen. We're just
That's a whole
I'm
nother-
just trying to stay on
yeah.
the surface here.
That's a
okay?
whole nother topic.
Let's just stay on the surface. But just in terms of just the excitement of putting a show together, to do the same thing over and over and over and over for me, it's just
boring.
kind of like there's got to be some way for us to just. There's got to be something
Yeah.
that's like a little different. Like I would love to revisit some of the things that we've done before that are different, but that's the only time that we've really sat down and said, hey, how about if we just like wrote something, you know, that was a little different, that still touched on nostalgia or
Yeah.
something, but
Would
just
you
different.
would you like write the music for it too? Would it be a musical or would it just be a play? How would that?
Yeah, I've written music too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I started. You know, like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, like
That's
so
what-
this whole theater
kinda
thing
why I was
for me,
asking,
yeah, the
'cause-
theater thing for me really fell in my lap when it should have. You know, I realized that I really like this, and I think I can do this. Because we were a theater family, so I grew up in a family that's what we did is we sang and we wrote music and we played instruments and we did all of those things. Like we were the Black Fawn Trap family. You know what
Well,
I mean? It's
Very
like
nice.
we were.
Well,
What?
we're going downhill. Go quick.
How are we going downhill? It's the truth. It's like literally at the end of every
You
party,
said
like
you're
my
a black family that was running from the Germans in the World War II. Just go.
I just gave me the last name. I mean, I didn't even, like, we weren't delving into the whole tale.
Good.
I was just saying. But we
think
were
I know
just
something
a
harder than
very,
water.
listen, he said the refrigerator had things.
You know
Okay?
it.
They offered
Which
it
band
to
trap
you,
are you?
okay? All of them.
True story.
I really was all of the
True
bond
story.
traps, yes. But that's what my background was. So if you said, and music for me is kind of like how I operate. Did you ever see the movie The Emperor's New Groove?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Bits and pieces of it.
With Kronk, where he's running and he has his own soundtrack. That is 100% my life. I'm walking in the car like, and wee, like that. So when I saw that scene in that movie, and he's like, da-da-da-da, I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
That's how my brain works.
Celsius has kicked in.
No kidding.
Move it away.
Well,
Oh, you
I,
took the whole thing.
you want another?
No, I'm good.
Not sure I can legally offer you.
Yeah, right. He's
how
like,
that
no,
works.
this is not good.
Cut her off.
You're like, she should have cut her off.
I like how the top says contains 0% juice. Like in case you needed
Very
any
healthy.
more proof that it was unhealthy.
What
Just in case you
exactly
might
is
be-
it? Is it an energy drink?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it like
You
just
can't feel
under
that?
the lid?
We can see it.
Yeah.
You're glowing.
Is it?
Is it a good glow?
No.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're not.
It's orange.
shaking or shivering.
No.
Yet. You got another
The
drink.
ride home.
It's only 10 calories. That's not bad.
See, so it's good for my health.
Well,
My caloric intake.
Like
0%
caffeine.
juice.
Yeah.
yeah,
Where do you get the orange?
yeah.
The color on the can. That's about it. That's the orange.
It's also gluten free.
good things happening
mean,
here.
Yeah.
They're thinking.
That's healthy.
I think it's healthy.
Their marketing nailed it.
Yeah, I feel like
Aside
like
from the
it's like
200
orange
milligrams of
Without juice.
caffeine
I feel that I've made
at
the
6
healthy
o'clock at
choice.
night.
Yeah.
sitting next to the glass of
I mean,
water.
we're back to choices again.
Well, you
Life
know,
is full of them.
life
Yeah.
is full.
Some good, some bad.
It has been a huge pleasure talking to you guys. She's so animated, so candid.
Candid, that's a good word.
Candid is a great word.
I think people say that about us more
And
often.
passionate,
Yeah, I
very
don't think that's what
passionate.
they're gonna use
No.
when we leave. They're just literally gonna just sit there.
They're
We're gonna
delete-
leave.
They're
and
gonna delete the.
they're gonna
delete the
just
post.
look at each other
No.
in stunned
People are gonna
silence.
say, "I thought you were going on that podcast." I'm like, "Yeah, it's on their Facebook," and then you're like, "No, it isn't."
Facebook is
Delete.
just down.
Yeah, their whole page is
The whole page is gone. It's like it never happened.
Yeah,
No,
Done.
no, you guys
And
are...
then what did it in? The Von Traps. That's what happened. Like we're
Oh, whether or not we get canceled, who cares? No,
Listen.
we'll go on. No, that doesn't matter.
they were a very talented family, so I enjoyed it.
okay. Well, I have a lot of questions about, but we can talk about that another time.
Very talented family. I enjoyed putting myself on their level.
Yeah, it was good
Yeah,
times.
pretty much.
Is that why you married a Jewish? It's coming around now. It's the fuzz is fading. I
Yeah.
can see the vision
Yeah.
clearly. I got it now.
Good for you. Oof. And then somehow this is all gonna be my problem. Like all of this will be my fault.
You get to celebrate both holidays, right?
I love everything about it.
Yeah.
I really do.
That's great.
I do. Listen, I still picked you as a whole person to be like in my life every day. So
I mean, that was a good choice.
it was a choice. And I feel like
of your better ones.
it's my way to get into heaven for sure. Like when I get to the pearly gates and I'm like pleading with Saint Peter, I was like, listen to me.
No, I don't think
Here's
we're-
what
I don't think
happened.
the place we're going is probably.
But I'm
All
still
right,
gonna
all
try. I'm still gonna try. I'm gonna
I'll
try.
save you a seat.
I'll be like Saint Peter. Let me tell you why.
I'll bring the selfie.
The orange.
That's the kind you like the best.
It's the only one I've
Noted.
had. The only one I've had.
So why don't you shout out the little
The show that we came to promote that we
Broad
talked about
Street.
zero about. That's great.
Well, you,
Did we
talked
talk
about
about
it.
it?
It's
We
all
did.
about-
I gave a spoiler and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that SpongeBob saves the day?
Yeah.
What did we really think was going to happen at the end of SpongeBob? That would be terrible.
It could be a to be continued. I don't know.
That does happen sometimes.
In Back to the Future.
Yep.
Do, do, do,
See?
do, do,
Too much Celsius.
Can you do Back to the Future?
There is a show.
There is a
There
show,
is-
but I don't
there's
think we're
one
going to have
show.
the rights to do that because it's
No, it'll be
out
a
and
while,
about.
yeah.
It'll be a while
Be a while.
before we would have access to that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that wouldn't be a good show for us to do because I would just quote it all day. It would not be good. I know. 1.21 gigawatts. What the hell's a gigawatt? Sorry.
Byron.
the little
well,
theater
The
on
Little
Broad
Theater
Street
on
in
Broad
Danielson.
Street is 185 Broad Street in Danielson in the Killingly Parks and Rec Community Center. We are on the second floor, but if you get in the elevator, you have to push the number 1 button. You can buy. People get confused.
It's so dumb.
You can buy tickets you can follow us on Facebook with the Little Theater on Broad Street. That's the best place to get all the information. You can buy tickets online. You can call Parks and Rec at 860-779-5390. And you can buy tickets there. We usually have tickets available for walk-ins as well. SpongeBob is the first 2 weekends of October, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, both weekends. The first weekend, there's a sensory-friendly show. So our theater, I think, is one of the only theaters here
I think so in the area.
that does a sensory-friendly showing for all of our shows that are not just family-friendly,
Not just
because we did it
family-friendly,
for Dear Evan
yeah,
Hansen too. But we do a sensory-friendly show. So what that looks like is it's our regular show, but it's geared toward making everybody in the audience feel welcome and more comfortable.
Like if
No
you
matter
have-
what your restrictions might be or
Yeah.
what your comfort zone might be. So we sometimes just have families who come whose little kid couldn't sit for 3 hours. We have sometimes people who come that have like a vocal tic and can't be quiet for the 2 hours. We have sometimes people who
who can't sit still.
can't sit still or who have sensitivity to lights and sound. So We met with a couple of different people who specialize in sensory-friendly theater productions.
Oh, wow.
And so our lighting is a little different. A lot of times, because of the way that our stage is set up in our audience, we'll have cast members come in and out through the audience. So a lot of times we limit that. The lighting is never fully dark. The sounds are turned down. If we can, we do it without microphones to eliminate any feedback or crackling that might sometimes
That could
happen.
startle somebody.
We offer earplugs and fidget toys and all these different things to
They
just
can
make
get
it
up and
much
walk
more
around
accommodating.
the area. So
Yeah.
that, it's very, it's just geared to making people who find themselves in the position where they don't do things, they don't go out to experience things because of just certain things that they
Right,
feel
right.
are kind of holding them back. And we just had a big problem with that. It's like, imagine wanting to be a part of something and then just something like I have like a lot of sound sensitivity, and the older that I get, the worse it gets. I'm really trying to reel that in. But imagine not being able to experience some of the best things in life because there's just something that's holding you back. So we're trying to make sure,
Or just the judgment or stigma you
or
might
the
feel
stigma
going.
of exactly, it's like if you do have like a vocal tick or something, or you can't sit still. You have to get up and you have to fidget and you have to do things. And that stops you because you're like, oh, the person next to me is going to hate me. So you
Right.
just don't go and you miss out on it. So we try as best as we can to create a space where that is not a thing for you. That's not something that you need to worry about. This is the exact place for you to be exactly who you are, without any anxiety.
That's really nice.
And the
Yeah.
first
Really
couple
cool.
of shows we did it, we weren't quite sure if it was really going to pick up, but we wanted to keep doing it. I think our first time we did it, we only had 9 people come, and we were like, oh, okay, maybe this won't catch on. But it really has. It really has picked up. And then last year, 2 years ago, we had a mom and her son. Her son was an adult in his late 30s. And she said during COVID that her son had become obsessed with musicals and was watching like Broadway HD. But she never wanted to bring him because he had very, very loud vocal tics and just couldn't sit in chair. And so she never brought him to a show, but he really wanted to see a live show. So she came because she saw that we had the sensory friendly show, and he cried and she cried and I cried.
There was a lot of crying.
It was so much crying. And then last year, there was a mom who brought her daughter, and her daughter is on the spectrum, and her daughter was always terrified of Santa Claus. And so her daughter, maybe 10, 9, and they'd never had a photo with Santa. But our Santa comes off the stage and he sits on a bench, like at audience level. And if the kids want to go up and sit next to him or stand even near the bench. So that was the first time she's ever had a photo. So I just think it's really special and it's really important to us. And we're going to keep trying to do it.
No, we're gonna we have to.
Yeah.
We have to, and it becomes a show for us. Like it's probably the most meaningful show for us, just watching it and just. I don't know. It's just really important, and I think
Yeah.
that people.
Yeah, well, it's part of the community. And
Every
Right.
time we are
That's
able
it.
to do something that doesn't feel big, but then you get to just look around, and you really see like how big it really is to somebody else.
Right.
Like something
Yeah.
really tiny is like the biggest thing for somebody else. And if you can't do that as a community, then
yeah.
what are we actually doing then?
It puts
So-
community in community theater.
It does.
I like it.
It
That's
does.
great.
And we've been doing shows for the local schools. So whenever we have a kid show, Christmas show, we invite the elementary school to come. So that's been the last few years.
Yep.
So you have a production like during school
During the
time?
school day, yeah.
So our cast, who are also all volunteers, will take the day off from work. The kids will miss school, and we'll do it
Wow.
like on a Thursday or a Wednesday morning, and the school will come in their school buses. And
Wow.
so,
that is cool.
and it gives kids who parents either don't know we even exist,
Yeah.
or who just aren't theater families, and who just don't know.
or
and they-
working when there's theater,
Yeah.
or a
Yeah.
lot of these
So
kids
many-
have
yeah.
never seen an actual play. Like
Yep.
they don't
Right,
even know what a
right, right.
play is,
Right.
and so they come to see it, and
Yeah, and it's like their field trip.
it's their field trip.
Yeah. Last year we did 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And it's great though because not only are they being
Not the sad
exposed to this art form, but these are the kids, and I think that's what people lose track of sometimes. It's like, I mean, I'm 50, right? So
Phew, that's old.
like degenerate. Like I'm like on the cusp of like, you know,
We're turning
old.
dark again.
You're the one who went.
But I didn't say. You said on the cusp.
Yeah. But community theater will not thrive if you don't have the younger generation coming
Correct.
in to take it
Yep.
over,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So, and if they're not in a position where they could be exposed to that art form, they don't know anything about it, then we are going to fizzle out. We're not a huge town. It's not even a theater that a lot of people know. We have so many things stacked against us where it's like we really do have to think about how do we just keep something like this going.
Right.
So it's just great on all fronts. So you have these kids coming in, these little
And
elementary.
sometimes it's our best audience. They
our-
laugh
oh
because
my
they just
gosh.
don't have like that same sense of like self-consciousness, right? So they are laughing out loud. They are cheering.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
They're talking
so
to the
fun.
people on the stage.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Look out, he's right behind you." You know what I mean? Which is not something that most adults would do. I would probably do it, but most kids won't do that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very fun.
And it's just the purest form of like joy and interaction, and then it sparks that interest. And then when they realize, especially when they're like, I know that little girl, because they're coming out
Oh,
of
yeah,
school,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
their schoolmates are on the stage,
Yeah.
and they're like, how did you get to be up on the stage?
Right.
And then the next show, then you see more of these little kids coming in,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
audition for these shows.
Last year for the Christmas show, my daughter was in the Christmas show and her class came to see it. And so they were calling out her name when she was on the stage. And then at the end, she was just like, "Did you call my name?" And I was like, "Oh boy, reel it in, man. Reel it in."
She was a celebrity.
Yeah, that's what she
Yeah,
said.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. How would I ever
famous.
forget? I'm famous. I'm
Yeah.
a celebrity. She
Yeah.
said. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you sure are. You sure are.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
She's something.
We're just giving kids egos left and right. That's what we do. That's what we do. We boost your ego until it's out of control.
Yeah. Well, she's
That's
your
awesome.
goddaughter.
She comes by it honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna blame that on me? You're wild. You
and
are
your
wild.
chosen husband.
You're wild. Which you asked us to be the godparents. You understand? We didn't just like go into your house in the dark of night and say we're going to be the godparents. Like you literally called
Feels
us.
like that. Feels like that.
Oh, love a Pete.
Uh,
They're never inviting us back.
no.
No, that's not true at all.
Quite a bit.
He's like, this is not what we signed up for. And then they're gonna message.
She's gonna text Justin when we
He's
leave.
totally
Like,
texting
you
Justin. He's
jerk.
like, what did you get us into?
Hi, Justin.
Oh yeah, hey Justin, thanks so much. He's like, whoa.
Don't say my name.
Maybe Justin will write a book that you guys can make a play.
Yes.
Oh,
there you
that'd be cool.
Hey, did you hear
Yeah.
that, Justin?
All right.
Oh, by the way, Justin's in our show. You guys should all see it just for
Yes.
Justin.
Oh,
In the SpongeBob one?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
He didn't tell you he was in the show?
Oh boy,
That's
I'm gonna text
crazy.
him now.
Wow.
He's- Pretty humble guy.
He is a
He
very
is a
humble guy.
He's very talented.
He is very talented, and he's the news. He's the radio guy. Percy, what's his name?
Yeah, that.
Something Percy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has this great radio voice, which he doesn't
Yeah.
use in everyday life because that would be super weird. Because you imagine, he's
I
like,
think that'd be
"Hey, Natasha, how you doing
I think
today?
that would be really cool.
Came out of my car just to see you because I saw you parked in the corner. How you doing? Tell me a little bit more about it. Hey, my name's Justin."
I think you should talk like that all the time. I have one of those fake karaoke microphones. I'm gonna give it to you. You can.
And I'm just gonna walk around life just like that.
Not to me, but to everyone else, I will. Enjoy.
okay.
To everybody else.
But me. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want it.
I think it'd just be most fun.
You don't
with
want to be on
just
our make-believe
I don't
radio
think
show?
so. No.
No?
No.
Called
Oh.
Life.
Well, that's weird.
Terrible.
All right.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
But yeah. So yeah, we love Justin here too. He's here a lot. We try to get him here a lot. He's one of the fill-in hosts
Yeah.
when,
Oh, nice.
when he's available.
Does he
And,
use that voice when he talks, like when he's here?
He-
doing
I'm
it?
gonna have to
he
go back and
often-
listen now.
He often references his years in college,
Yes.
where he did radio, and he's been here for both books. You know,
Yeah.
to talk about both books.
Because
so.
he does. We had the read through yesterday? No, on
Sunday.
on
What's today?
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday.
yesterday. We had the read through yesterday. So it's the first time that we've all gotten together to read through the script. So, and I literally looked, my head popped up when he started talking. I was like, wow, like that's like a hardcore like radio voice.
Yep. That was my
Do we
kid
have
stepping on the on the bulkhead, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It'll
I'm
be
patient. It's
Plastic.
fine. What'd you say?
That's what comes next after the plastic.
Oh, is that what
It's
happened?
under
Oh.
construction. We're not murderers. Although you could write a horror play.
Yeah, we could here, like right here, because of the plastic.
Inspiration.
I think it is just crazy
I
that
can
you
see
even notice that. He was just like, we're just going to go downstairs. I said, okay. I said hi to the dogs. You know what I mean? Listen to you
As
talk
one
to your
does.
daughter about chicken, right? It was
Yeah.
fine.
Yep. She comes on.
I came down the stairs. It was fine.
That's
Did
why
I
you
know
didn't
that
go
there were
first.
plastics? I didn't know there was plastic anywhere. I just sat down, enjoyed myself.
That's
You
why
come
you
down.
be killed first.
Right. That's why I have the height and the girth, though, because I have a fighting chance. You, on the other hand, you have to be hyper alert because look at you. You're just a teeny tiny little thing.
Less plastic.
You're perfectly safe there.
Perfectly safe. Did you see how he said that?
Nobody has been murdered.
It's like, yeah.
Just to be clear.
136 shows. We're
We're planning on 137.
no, not even so much as a paper cut, I
No,
believe.
that's
So
perfect.
we're good.
You're nuts. Like I said,
And,
I always look towards the trouble, and she's always yelling at me. She's like, Natasha, what are you doing? It's like, I need to see what's going on. No, you don't. But I
And on that note, thanks
Yeah,
for watching,
Right?
everybody.
Like on that terrorist note,
See our
bye.
show.
Definitely go see a show at the Little Theater on Broad Street in Danielson. The Community Workbench family is promoting the Be the One campaign. It was started by the American Legion in efforts to stop veteran suicide. If you know a veteran, call them. Be the One to check in on them. For more details, visit betheone.org. Also, please extend this to all first responders as well. The Quiet Corner Peer Support Group is a great resource for help with dealing with PTSD. Join us August 3rd when we talk to the leaders of Girl Scout Troop 60581. I believe it's a super troop now for Danielson, Brooklyn, Pomfret, and Woodstock. So it'll be great to hear from them and see what they're up to. As always, buy local, hire local, dine local, volunteer local, donate local. Catch a play at the Little Theater on Broad Street in Danielson locally, and have great days.